times people try to treat this trauma as if they would treat someone who's dealing with PTSD, post-traumatic stress disorder. But here's the problem. Post-traumatic stress makes the assumption that the traumatic event is over.
Right.
But here, they're in a chronic state of trauma, reliving trauma every day. Not to mention broken homes, failing schools, poverty, and a host of other issues. And see, that's why we need to step in the gap for our children. That's why we need people who say that our children's lives are worth fighting for, their dreams are worth living. Now you notice I said our children, right? Because even though Kamari might not share your same complexion, he might not share your same zip code. But one thing he does share in common with every other child across this country is that he wants to grow up one day. And he wants to grow up one day to be great.
Right.
And he deserves it.
Every experience is neutral until you assign a meaning to it. Even those experiences that seem to be negative. Say, for instance, you got in a car accident and your car was totaled. One person would be like, man, I have the worst luck. I cannot believe that God let this happen to me. And another person would be like, thank you, God. My car can be replaced, but my life can't. Every experience is neutral until you assign a meaning behind it. And so I had to change the way that I looked at failure and understand that failure is not a reflection of who I am. It's a part of the lessons that I needed to learn to continue to grow. Failure is a part of the growth process. I spent some time really reflecting on my life as a child and some of the conversations I've had growing up with my father. And I would remember always just watching and observing him. And I remember him saying things like, Jocelyn, I never had the best education, so that's why I worked so hard so that you and your brother can have a good education and make something of yourself. And I remember him always working, even when he didn't have to. Even after he retired, he still found a way to work. And I'm like, why do you just work so hard all the time? Can't you just sit down somewhere? You retired, go on vacation. And his response was something that I will never forget. He told me, he said, Jocelyn, I'm not working so hard for myself. I haven't worked the last 40 years for myself. I haven't worked this hard just for you. I've been working this hard for your children and your children's children. And I didn't realize it at the time, but what my dad was explaining to me, what he was showing me, was the importance of building a legacy.